So in this video, we're going to be finding the domain of f of x is equal to the square root of 5x plus 2. So we're just slowly complicating the examples more and more so that you get the point of how to find domains when we have radicals involved. Remember that the domain is the set of all x values that I can plug into a function safely so that I don't get division by 0 or square roots or even roots of negative things, usually. As I mentioned before, there are definitely more complicated functions where you can definitely get breakage without having division by 0 or taking square roots of negative numbers. So in this case, we're looking at a very simple situation where we have square root of 5x plus 2, and we want to make sure that the inside of this guy remains greater than or equal to 0, because if that's true, I can take the square root of it. So what I do is I say 5x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. Okay? Now, what x's make this true? We're looking for the set of all x values that I can plug in so that this happens. All right, well, inequalities solve very much the same way as equalities. So how do we solve for x in this case? We need to isolate it, so we're going to subtract 2 from both sides, basically solving a linear equation. So this implies 5x is greater than or equal to minus 2. Not quite done yet. We still need to get x by itself. So the next step is divide both sides by 5. So if x is greater than or equal to minus 2 over 5. Okay, so in this case, what this is saying is that x is greater than or equal to 2, x is greater than or equal to 2 over 5, minus 2 over 5, and if that is true, if I can pick an x that is greater than or equal to minus 2 over 5, this will be true. So in fact, you could actually use a double implication, saying it goes both ways. Perfectly fine. Okay, just little mathematics notation here. Okay, but more importantly, what this means, as long as I pick an x greater than or equal to minus 2 over 5, the inside of this radical is going to be non-negative, which is exactly what we want. And the domain is the set of all x values that I can plug in and make sure that this thing is non-negative. So in this case, I'm looking at the set of all x's that are greater than or equal to minus 2 over 5. This is your domain. How do we write that? So it's going to be domain, or dom, of f is equal to minus 2 over 5 all the way up to infinity. And not including infinity, because infinity is not a number that can be included. And we use the square bracket because we have the equal sign here. So any x value that you pick inside this interval here is a safe number that you can plug in for x in this expression up top. Okay? So this is the domain of f, and we are done with this example. In the next example, we're going to be looking at what happens when we have squares inside a radical. So I'll see you in that one if you are curious to figure out how that works.